My family came to the United States in search of better opportunities.
I basically lived my entire life here.
I came to the United States when I was 2 years old with my mother and my father.
I was 1 year old when I moved to the United States.
It's my only home. It's the only experience that I have, honestly. I have no recollection of my time in Mexico.
We stay here and we starve together, or we take this risk and we go to the United States.
I had absolutely no recollection of the place from which I came because I moved here when I was so young, and the only thing I ever knew, the only place I ever knew was the United States of America.
The United States is my second home.
The United States means so much to me as a person because it's where I grew up. It's the only place that I've ever known. For all intents and purposes, I'm an American.
Most of my life has really been here in Georgia. I am a proud Georgian.
Georgia gave me the opportunity to have an education, to meet people, to become who I am today. I am basically the product of Georgia in this country.
You know, I just grew up like a normal American would in the public school system, and my teachers always told me the great things that I would accomplish. So it was a very normal childhood up until the time that I realized what exactly it meant that I was undocumented.
There was this sense of we were hidden to be kept safe. Later on, I learned that I was at a disadvantage because of my undocumented status. It never bothered me as a child. I think I could let it go away for most of it. But there was always this cry to work hard. It was almost as if you work hard enough, you'll be able to get yourself out of this situation. And that was kind of our anthem. It was what my mother said to me, to do well in school, to get all the required things for a scholarship that would give us a way out. My mother was looking at us and seeing a dream that she never had, the American dream. But I realized in high school that unlike most of my friends, that was not my case. I had a lot of limitations. I wasn't going to be able to free myself of this situation or achieve the American dream just by working hard. There were certainly a lot of barriers there.
The United States, I feel like it is a wonderful country. It is a country where you have the possibility to grow through education. Basically, I feel like education is liberty, and we have all these opportunities here in the United States. But at the same time, I feel like with the American dream, it's like it's a nice shiny banner that you see, but when you enter it, it's not as shiny and as beautiful as you anticipated would be. It comes with a lot of obstacles, especially for me. My goal towards education, it's been a very rough path.
In high school, I did the best that I could to be able to go to college. I had a 4.0 GPA. I graduated as the salutatorian of my class, but my immigration status was going to be a significant barrier for me to be able to go to college.
I grew up to love this country because it's home. I know this country and its history a lot more than I know the history of my home country. I feel as if it's a country that doesn't want to recognize me for the talents that I can contribute. A country that doesn't want to recognize me on paper. It often feels like it's a country that wants me to be the person cleaning houses instead of the teacher in a classroom that I am today. So it's bittersweet when I hear the national anthem, because part of me feels like this is home, but part of me feels so rejected and so unrecognized.
My heart is hurt right now at our situation, because a place that I call my home is not willing to accept me any longer. I was accepted all my life when people didn't know, and all of a sudden it feels like I'm being pushed out. though not by everyone. I have faith in people of goodwill, people who understand the difficulties of people like myself. And I have met many of them, and I am here today because of their support.
DACA, oh my god, DACA has been a lifesaver. It's like when you're drowning in the ocean and somebody throws a floaty at you and you like come up for that grasp of air. People ask me, are you a citizen? I'm like, no, I have DACA. And they're like, what is that? Like, and I have to, if I had $1 for every time somebody asked me what DACA was and I would probably be a billionaire. And DACA has just been a miracle for me. I love it.
DACA to me was certainly an answered prayer.
I don't think most people understand like what DACA is.
In June of 2012, Barack Obama announced a new deportation deferral program called Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Most people know it as DACA.
I am a DACA undocumented student. I work at a gas station. I am a student at Freedom University, and I currently come and volunteer at the Latin American Association.
Put very simply, it provided an opportunity for tens, hundreds of thousands of young immigrants like myself to come out of the shadows and to become active and contributing members of American society by having lawful presence in this country.
It gave everybody and me freedom, freedom to finally have that security.
DACA has given me the opportunity to be part of the labor workforce here in the United States, basically come out of the shadows.
And so for me personally, this was completely life-changing.
So DACA has allowed many of us to become part of the country on paper. So we've come out of the shadows. The country now knows where we live, where we've lived for the past year since we've gotten here. You have our fingerprints. So it's a really like official way of us coming out and showing that we are here and showing you the contributions that we have made and we can make.
The most impactful part of the DACA program was being able to finally come out of the shadows and to stop living in fear and anxiety every single day because of my immigration status, something that I had absolutely no control over. When DACA was announced, I finally had the chance to step forward, to receive a grant of deferred action in this country, to receive a valid work permit to be able to work legally in this country, and here in the state of Georgia I was able to receive a driver's license to drive legally.
Well, I can plan my dreams in segments of 2 years. I think that my dreams surpass that and they're greater than those 2 years that I get. I think DACA serves to show how much we can give if we are given the chance. It doesn't solve the immigration issues that we have in this country, but I think it's a step in the right direction.
DACA opened up many doors for me. I became a senior in high school. I entered college. I was able to drive. I was able to work. I was able to contribute back to my family in many ways. And without it, it's really hard to imagine a life.
If DACA were to be taken away, sometimes I sit and I'm just like, am I gonna have a job? And what's gonna happen to my license? Am I gonna not be able to go to school at all? It's very, I don't even have the words to really think about what I would do in that situation.
President-elect Donald Trump has stated in his campaign promises that he will dismantle the DACA program, he will build a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border, and he will find some way to deport the 11 million undocumented immigrants that live in this country. And there's so much fear and anxiety that is permeating across the undocumented community.
There's a lot of fear from students like me who are DACA students, or as you may want to call it, DACAmented, because we don't know if we are going to be getting deported or protected. Honestly, when I wake up, there's always a fear, especially now. I feel that everything can change at any moment. All the hard work that I've put in in my 12 years in this country is just going to fall apart. The things I've been proud to accomplish, all the things I've worked for, they're just not going to matter anymore. And I'm afraid that I could be deported.
What a lot of people don't know is that undocumented people, DACA recipients, live amongst us everywhere. They prepare the food on our plates, they work in our offices, they work in our nonprofit organizations.
I think that because of DACA, you're now starting to see your first undocumented lawyers, your first undocumented doctors and teachers. And so the narrative has for a long time been that we are the people that clean your houses and take care of your yards and build, you know, the buildings that you work in. But I think that that's changing, and now we're the people in the classrooms educating your children, and we're not just here to contribute through manual labor, we're professionals as well, and we're highly educated people and highly resilient people.
We're here. We're your neighbors, your co-workers, your students, your classmates, your friends. We're your brother and your sister. And we can choose to embrace each other and go forward, or continue to divide. I really hope we can move forward. My hope is greater than my fear.
Even though there's a lot of uncertainty, I think that we have to stay hopeful. Because as a community, we have strength and we have power. We have the ability to change the hearts and the minds of so many people as long as we continue to share our stories.
So I love this country. I do. I think it's difficult to embrace everything that's happening and the reality of what's happening. But through and through, I continue to have great hope that we can come out of this.
I would like you to know that I'm not a criminal, but that I am someone willing to work with others, to give back to the community, to help America grow. I am willing to continue my education, continue to succeed, not only for me or my family, but for the whole country.
There's a lot of fear, but I think that we are very resilient people, and I know that this, all this fear is not going to dictate the steps that we take, and I think people are gonna start coming together around these issues.
There are over 700,000 of us across the country, and now is the time for us to come together in unity and to organize with each other and to continue to support each other and to love on one another, to make sure that people understand who we are, where we come from, and what our intentions are in this country. All we want is to make this country a better place.
I'm hopeful that we will open our eyes again as a people. We will open our hearts. I'm hopeful in the same dream that I think every American wakes up with every day. And I'm hopeful that we will together overcome fear. We've done it in the past. And I think that right now is a time to really stand together and overcome it again. So though there's a lot of fear around us, surrounding us, I think that we can be hopeful that as a people, we can join together and move forward to build the society that we truly believe in.